55 years ago, in the town of Holcomb, Kansas, 4 members of the Clutter family were shot and killed in their own home. On the morning of November 15, 1959, Nancy Ewald arrived at the Clutter home to ride to church with the family. There was no answer at the door and no movement inside the house.
Nancy Ewald and her friend Susan Kidwell went into the house to investigate and discovered Nancy Clutter's body in her bedroom. Chief Mitchell Gelser of the Garden City Police Department was the first official to arrive at the scene to see the remains of the gruesome murder.
Accompanying him was Assistant Chief Rich Rolder, who was an expert photographer and used his skills to photograph the crime scene. What had been captured on the faded black and white lens of Rolder's camera was a bloody footprint that was not visible to the naked eye. The camera also captured the track left from a tire of the murderer's vehicle. The photographs were the key to uncovering the murders.
The Garden City Police of Kansas found Herbert, Bonnie, Nancy, and Kenyon Clutter dead on the floor of their house. They were murdered by 2 criminals, Perry Smith and Richard Hickok, who had heard while in prison that Herb Clutter, the father of the family, had a safe full of cash. The murderers were captured by the police on December 30th, 1959. On March 29th, 1960, Smith and Hickok were sentenced to death and were to be executed on April 14th, 5 years later.
Truman Capote spent 6 years researching and interviewing those involved to learn about the case. Capote won over the trust of many, including the murderers, which gave him valuable insight. He then compiled all this information to write the nonfiction novel In Cold Blood.
The captivating story is known as the greatest nonfiction novel of all time. According to the New York Times, In Cold Blood is a remarkable, tensely exciting, superbly written, true account. Life calls it a masterpiece, a spellbinding work.